Hey, what's up? It's the Games here, and as you know, I love music. And today, I will be reacting to Apple Music's 100 Best Albums. And Apple Music is my most preferred streaming service of Apple. Well, I mean, of like music streaming. And there's a few albums that I really want on here. The first one I want for rap is definitely Tribe Called Quest: The Low End Theory. If you don't know, Tribe Called Quest is a rap group. I also really want some Nas on here, and yeah, and maybe some Dr. Dre and NWA, and lots of rock like David Bowie, Bob Dylan. So let's get into it. At number 100, Body Talk by Robin. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. Never heard of this. Alright, at 99, we have Hotel California by the Eagles. Interesting. Well, obviously, I love this album. Fun fact: when I was little, like we're talking really little, like 3 years old, the Eagles were my favorite music artist, and Hotel California is an amazing track. I'm glad it's on here, I guess. Okay, you picked the wrong one. It's Rodeo. I don't understand. I've never been a huge fan of Astro World, and why is it on here? Honestly, okay, all right. Like, all right. Okay, I've never actually heard of this album, but I've definitely seen it. Usher, True Confessions. Well, just Confessions. Yeah, this one has "Yeah" on it. Yeah, yeah. Trying to get that. I will spare you from my terrible singing voice. But yeah, this album is really good. He's in my opinion, one of the best R&B albums I know. Okay, Burial. This is a pretty good indie-ish album, indie rock. Never heard of it. I've never heard of this one, but maybe I'll check it out. It looks doesn't really want to make me listen to it by the album cover, but never judge a book by its cover. Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator. I am actually really happy with this one because people always say Igor's the best. I'm more of a Flower Boy dude. I don't know. I just don't see it. I've listened to the whole Igor album front to back. Flower Boy just seems better. More tracks. Just yeah, awesome. Also, you picked the wrong George Michael album. Just that's all I'm gonna say. AC/DC Black and Black, way too low. This needs to be higher. This should be at least in like the 60 or 50th. The impact of this album. This is the first album with the second lead singer of AC/DC. I am a huge fan of this album. Okay, yep, Lady Gaga, the Fame Master. I'm not a huge Lady Gaga fan, but you picked the right one. Nina, okay. Honestly, it's probably my favorite if I had to pick of one of Nina's albums, but it's a classic. Massive Attack, never heard of this one. Never heard of this one. Mary J. Blige, I'm glad she's on this list. Yeah, I guess this album's alright. Not my ideal pick. This is the most fun fact. This is a very boring album. I listened to it once. I can't. Well, not old tracks, but from only the first few tracks. I've just never found this album good. All right, Doggy Style. Let's go. I'm so glad this is on here. This is obviously my favorite Snoop album. I'm a huge Snoop fan, so he's probably in my top 5 rappers somewhere. And yep, this is an amazing album. Has songs like Who Am I, What's My Name, Gin and Juice, all sorts of great stuff. Horses, Pat Smith. Never heard of it. Oh, I already see the next one. Get Rich or Die Trying. Woo! Get Rich or Die Trying. Love it. I have this album on CD. If you don't know what a CD is, it's basically a little disc you put into a Discman, and then it plays. Listen, I'm 10 years old, and it makes me feel way older than I am to explain what a CD is. But yes, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, obviously his best album. Never heard of this one. Eminem, Marshall Mathers LP, way too low. Just way too low. The impact of this album, obviously, you did pick the right album for Eminem, I will say that, with like Stan, Real Slim Shady, Criminal, The Way I Am, all on this album. And yeah, this is probably one of my favorite rap albums of all time, but way too low. Okay, how is Lana Del Rey better than Eminem? Explain that to me. How? Alright. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I am very happy with this one. This is probably one of just my favorite albums in general. You picked the right one, obviously. Elton John, like Benny and the Jet, one of my favorite rock songs, classic rock songs, yeah. Madonna, Like a Prayer. Oh God. Yep. Oh boy. I know Madonna's very like retro. Bad Bunny? Why is Bad Bunny on this list? Like, I get it, he has talent, but like, there better be. Why, like, is there other Latin music on this list? Probably not. But, well, actually, don't judge me too. But, whatever. Next album is, never heard of it. I know who Missy Elliott. Actually, I know who Missy Elliott is, but never heard of this album. SOS by SZA. Okay. Alright. I mean, like, I don't think it's her best album. I'm a huge fan of the stuff she does with Kendrick, though. I just don't think it's that good of an album. It just, the most popular song off it, Kill Bill, just gives me the creeps. I hate it. Well, yeah, that song. But still, I think, SZA has lots of talent. Never heard of it. Alright, let's go. This is one of the ones I wanted on here. Straight Outta Compton by NWA. Has awesome songs known as Straight Outta Compton and Love the Police. That was a big one. Haha. Master of Puppets Metallica. Okay. I'm not the biggest metal fan, but it's the best Metallica album, I'll say that. Never heard of it. I've been meaning to check this one out. I've never heard of it. I've heard of it, but I've never listened to it. 3 Foot High and Rising. Yeah, this is a good one. A very good earlier rap album. Glad it's on this list. Never heard of it. Oh, hold on. I think I just skipped too far. Jimi Hendrix. I actually have Best of Jimi Hendrix. Super good. Yeah, I don't think it's his best album though, to be honest with you. But still, I'm glad he's on this list. Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I'm curious, like, is Biggie even on this list? I'm not sure. But All Eyes on Me, great pick. Honestly, people disagree with me all the time. And don't get me wrong, I love Biggie, but honestly, I'm more of a Tupac fan. But yeah, songs with like California Love on here, and All Eyes on Me, the title track, and also America's Most Wanted with a Snoop Dogg feature. Super cool. AM, Arctic Monkeys. It is kind of like the indie rock album. It's a pretty good album, though. Glad it's on this list. I'm so glad they put Oasis on here. What's the Morning Glory? Oasis is probably my favorite rock band of all time. Yeah, What's Story Morning Glory? You picked the right one, but also Definitely Maybe. Sometimes I'm more of a Definitely Maybe guy, but overall I think What the Story Morning Glory is better. Alright, Anti by Rihanna. People argue that it's the best Rihanna album. I'm like, yeah, I'm obviously glad it's on this list, but it's good. I've never had the time to check out all the songs on it, but it's alright. Alright, Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. Love this album. Sweet Child O' Mine, Paradise City, Welcome to the Jungle, or so. Like, that's 3 major hits on one album. It's an awesome album. I'm honestly, Yeah, I think it's their best album. I mean, it's their debut. It's hard to say because in 1991 they also released Use Your Illusion too, and that was an awesome album with Civil War and Knocking on Heaven's Door on it. So I mean, like, yeah, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, I'll take it. Sign of Times, Prince. Where's Purple Rain? I've never even heard of this album, but where the heck is Purple Rain? Oh, Beastie Boys. You picked the right one. People always say like I don't personally own this album on vinyl or CD. I own like the most popular one. I think it's hold up, License to Ill, I believe. Yep. But this one I love. It's a great album. Take Care by Drake. I'm not a Drake fan. I am 100% a Kendrick guy. But if I had to pick, I don't think it's his best. I don't think it's his best. Aquemini by Outkast. Okay, yeah, it's a good album. I don't think it's their best, but it's good. Illmatic. Bravo. I love this album. New York State of Mind. Oh, I love me some New York State of Mind. If you don't know, that's a song off of this album. So good. I love this album. I'm so glad it's on here. From the start, I wanted some Nas to be on here, but you couldn't have picked the best album. Like, this is the best album of his whole discography, I think. But yeah, awesome album. Awesome album. Enter the Wu-Tang. Okay, 37. Wow. We're just skipping through here. I remember we just saw that's interesting how above it is of Pac, because I know Pac was at like 60 something. Yeah, if I can find it. Pac was like super up here. I don't know why. I'm not going to find him right now. But Pac was super up here for some reason. So, I don't know why I just skipped so back. Yeah, let's go back to where I was. But yeah, Illmatic by Nas. Awesome pick. Enter the Wu-Tang. Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know if you know, but back in like the 90s, there was a huge rival between East Coast, like New York City, and West Coast, like California, because there's a huge East Coast versus West Coast rap thing. And it's so interesting because obviously Tupac's West Coast, and Enter the Wu-Tang is like East Coast rap. So it's interesting that the East Coast is kind of dominating right now. Beyonce, actually, what I skipped. Beyonce, not her best album, but okay, I'll take it. Oh, Takes a Nation to Hold Us Back, Public Enemy. I'm a huge Public Enemy fan. So yeah, Public Enemy. Yeah, I like this. It's obviously their best album. Honestly, if you asked me to name another one of their albums, I honestly couldn't. But Takes a Nation to Hold Us Back. Honestly, if I had to pick like 20 albums to just have, this would be in there somewhere. Oh wow, Biggie is way ahead of Pac. I remember saying that. Like, I wonder how far if Biggie's even on this list. Like, Tupac is at 60 and Biggie is at 30. Wow. But I don't. They picked the wrong. Like, they didn't pick the wrong one. But I'm more of a life after death guy than Ready to Die because, well, I know you people are gonna be like, no, Graham, what are you talking about? Ready to Die has Juicy, Big Papa, and Who Shot Ya? Wow. But sorry for that very bad imitation. Kind of sounded like Mickey Mouse. But I'm serious. Like, I like Life After Death with Hypnotized, Notorious Thugs, Mo Money, Mo Problems, you know. When we fall asleep, where do we go? Billie Eilish? Okay. I mean, like, okay. I don't think. It's alright. Well, it's on here, I guess. Low End Theory. The one I wanted. I literally named Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest. I'm so glad it's on here. So glad it's on here. With songs like Rhymin' and Stealin'. We got Scenario, Bugging Out, Extortions, all sorts of good stuff. Dark Side of the Moon, another back to back bangers. Dark Side of the Moon. I understand the impact of this album. 10 songs, and it's like it tells a story and it follows the Wizard of Oz story, which I thought was interesting. But I'm more of the Wall guy with Pink Floyd, but still, this one critics seem to love a lot more, but I'm very happy with it. Led Zeppelin 2, best Led Zeppelin album. Way better than Led Zeppelin 1. Has tons of hits off of it. Super glad it's on here. Kanye at 26, okay. I mean, like, okay. And, like, I have this CD, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm not a huge Kanye fan, but they picked the right one, I guess. Miles Davis, okay. I mean, like, he's pretty important in the jazz, kind of. Yes, they picked the right David Bowie album. I was nervous about this one, because I knew David Bowie had to be on here somewhere. The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust, yeah, for sure. And The Spiders from Mars, which is kind of a strange title, but sounds like Starman waiting in the sky. Such a great album. I also like this. I love the song he did with Queen, Under Pressure. Ba-na-na-na, that Vanilla Ice recently got sued for. Daft Punk, Discovery. Pick the right one. Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. Okay, let's go. I'm like, you picked the right one. Honestly, I kind of argue for. I'm a very big Born in the USA fan, but Born to Run. Okay, it's still a great album. Revolver by Beatles. It's super good. It's hard because I feel like Abbey Road is better, but I think Abbey Road's better. But this is honestly third place for me because if I had to list like top three Beatles albums, three would be Revolver, two would be the White Album, one would be Abbey Road. So I love the White Album. It's just I love that like While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Pet Sounds, The Beach Boys. Okay, has some great songs on it, but yep. Let's go. I'm so glad. Like, I like this album more than 2001. Nothing but a G thing. Dre Day. And everybody celebrating. We have tons of great songs on this album. And it was Dr. Dre's debut. Love it. Super glad it's on here. Honestly, I would put it in the top 5 if I could. Taylor Swift at 18. I feel like Apple Music would probably be burned to the ground if they didn't put a Taylor Swift album on here. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan myself, but okay, I mean, like, you kind of have to for, like, her, like, reputation. What's going on, Marvin Gaye? I'm very, actually, in school, we were, doing like a thing about, I forget where it was, doing an assignment, and, well, I think it was the Midwest, and we had to create these brochures, right? And so I did my brochure on the Midwest, and I know Marvin. I think don't fact check me. Don't fact check me on this. I think Marvin Gaye came out of the Midwest, and I love this album. It's an amazing album. So yeah, Adele 21. Okay, I have I know my mom has the CD, but I've never been a huge Adele fan. Like High 161, I've wanted Bob Dylan on this list. They picked the right album, obviously. High 161 Revisited, like a Rolling Stone. Great album. The Blueprint at 13. I wanted this album on the list. I forget if I said it or not, but I actually have this album in my vinyl collection. I don't have that big of a vinyl collection, but I have it. They picked the right one, obviously. Love this album. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I also have. My dad has this album. Yeah, they definitely because there's a constant debate whether just the album called Fleetwood Mac or Rumors is better. I've always been more of a Rumors guy, so glad they picked this one. And right outside the top 10, we have Beyonce. Okay, that number 9, Nirvana. Nevermind. I'm gonna have to censor something here, but yeah. Oh, entertainers! Entertainers! Barrel! Nirvana, Nevermind. Pick the right one, obviously. Amy Will. I never listened to this album, but okay. Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, like, Kendrick. Let's go. I'm so glad Kendrick's on this list, but I know there's a lot of Damn haters, but I love the album Damn, and I love T-Pad, so T-Pab. I don't know how you pronounce it. But yeah, Good Kid. Honestly, on top, like with the storytelling on this album is just amazing, and Money Trees is a banner. So yeah, I'm glad this album's on here. Songs in the Key of Life. You picked the right Stevie Wonder album. I love this album. My favorite song is Pastime Paradise. And fun fact, you know the song Gangsta's Paradise? The dude Clico who wrote that, well, didn't write it actually. The one who performed that song Gangsta's Paradise didn't barely got any money because the beat and flow of the song came from this song. Came from Pastime Paradise on this album. Blonde by Frank Ocean. Way too high. I'm sorry, but way too high. This should not be in the top 5. Okay, interesting. Purple Rain's on here too because I saw that other Prince album and I got mad Purple Rain wasn't on here. But okay, top 4's a little high, but okay. Abbey Road. I said this was the best album, so top 3, all right. Michael Jackson Thriller at number 2. Okay, all right. I love this album. I think it's better than Off the Wall, personally. I have this album on cassette, actually. If you know what a cassette is, I'm not explaining that. But I can already see the first one, and it is The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I did not expect this. Lauryn Hill, okay. I love Lauryn Hill's music, so yeah. Came straight out of Fugees, and that, folks, is my reaction to Apple's 100 Best Albums. Thank you, and bye.